Welcome back to another episode of Unveil the Real podcast. I'm your host, Scoobs. A lot of upsets, a lot of ones that nobody really expected. Of course, starting with the Chiefs. Nobody really expected the Chiefs to lose to the Cowboys, but hey, you got to give it to Prescott. You got to give it to them, man. They're stepping up their game. Their defense is really coming together. The numbers are showing itself, and that is something we're going to get a little bit more in detail as we keep going along with this episode. Of course, we're going to start with the AFC West. Let's start with the two AFC West teams that actually played against each other, the Chargers and the Raiders. Man, I feel like the Raiders, they started off fired up, but as usual, per usual, the Raiders are always going to be the Raiders, man. They ended against Smack. The final score ended up being 31-14. Geno Smith, man, threw for 164 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He got sacked 5 times. I don't really want to talk about the Raiders too much, but, the rookie, Ashton Genty, rushed for 15 times, only got 31 yards. You know what I'm saying? No touchdown. So it just kind of speaks a lot about what's going on with the Raiders, man. I really don't even care to even talk about them too much. No disrespect, but again, man, all of these sports analysts, I love how competitive it is becoming. Being a sports analyst, talking your stuff on the podcast and things like that, but it's just what's realistic out here, man. Like, these teams are not playing good, and why nobody's kissing tail, nobody's kissing ass or anything like that. It is what it is, bro. Y'all are professionals. Y'all are in this NFL league, man. Y'all have to show up and show out, man, and that's what the Raiders don't do at all. Yeah, the Raiders are 2-10. Chargers are 8-4. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Justin Herbert, man, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He was sacked 3 times. I believe, this must have been at the end of the game or something, because Trey Lance, he only 1 for 1, 9 yards. That was it. But, again, they got to protect Herbert. I know at one point during the season, Herbert, or kind of in the middle of the season or whatnot, Herbert was like, I think he was one of the top rusher among all quarterbacks. Let me just say that, you know what I'm saying? But when you think about Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, those are the two I can think of. Maybe Justin Fields, just the ones that are real dynamic when it comes to, scrambling and taking off. Those are some of the big names that I think most of us know, and we can understand why. You invest your money in other places, this is the results. All right, so that's what that is. So, to be honest, I really did not watch too much of the Broncos-Commanders game. Hey, it came down to 1 point. A win's a win. I can't even talk stuff about that, because how many games did the Chiefs win last year when it came down to 1 point or 1 field goal or 2 points or whatever? So a win's a win. Broncos still at the top of the AFC West right now, man. They're 10-2. Commanders are without Jaden Daniels again, and it's just unfortunate, man. Broncos, they scored 3 points first quarter, 10 points second quarter, 7 points third quarter, and 0 points fourth quarter. But then they end up scoring 7 points in overtime. You know what I'm saying? So it's just unfortunate, man. But Commanders. Let me look at some of the stats, because I know who was it Mariota. Mariota was the starting QB. Let's see what Mariota did. 294 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He only got sacked 2 times though, man. They are fighting, man. I will give them that, but it's just not enough. I don't know if Jaden Daniels is the only missing piece, but they definitely need something. They need some type of wake up call, man. It's getting tough out here. It's one thing I will say. Bo Nix, man, 321 yards, 1 touchdown. one interception, and he was only sacked one time. That is impressive just for the NFL alone. Threw up big yards. That dude R.J. Harvey, man, that running back, he ran 2 touchdowns in. So, again, man, Broncos are doing their thing, man. You cannot deny that. So it is what it is when it comes down to it, guys. Now, let's get to this Cowboys-Chiefs game, man. That Thanksgiving game, man. That was supposed to be the highlight of Thanksgiving. I don't care what nobody says. I know Cowboys fans believe in their guys and all of that, but in my heart, and I truly believe, nobody thought that the Chiefs were going to lose to the Cowboys. But again, it was a good fight. It was a good fight, man. Mahomes threw for like 4 touchdown passes. I mean, Mahomes did his thing, man, and it was only for 261 yards. Still big, right? That's still good numbers, but just not good enough, man. I don't know what the frustration is. I don't know what's going on in the Chiefs locker room, but they really got to get it together. It was disappointing. I will say that it was disappointing losing to the Cowboys. On top of the fact of it being on Thanksgiving. So it is what it is, man. Prescott threw for 320 yards, 2 touchdown passes, 1 interception, 0 sacks. I think even when it came to pressure, Chiefs didn't get any sacks. You know what I'm saying? No Big Macs from McDonald's this week. It's crazy, man. So we need to get it together, man. Our defense needs to come up and show out, man. Yes, we are playing against C.J. Stroud this coming Sunday night. But, again, we are playing against a very, very, very good Texans defense. And, again, with Mahomes, he's definitely going to have to, pull out some magic, man. He's gonna have to do something. I believe we're down 1 or 2 offensive linemen. So, obviously we know we're putting in the work right now. We're doing everything we're supposed to do. But, man, we really got to get it together, man. So we are going to be live, in effect, watching the Chiefs versus Texans, man, this Sunday night, man. So y'all tune in, and we will see y'all there, all right? Come on, we're going to talk about it next week anyway. So it is what it is.
Man, my life is so gorgeous. Man, my life is so gorgeous. Man, my life is so gorgeous.
Let's get into this week's Get 'em Chopping. All right, this week's Get 'em Chopping, man. His name is funny alone, man. The kicker name is Younghoe Koo. He's currently a kicker for the New York Giants. I believe the past year or two, which, man, I ain't gonna lie, he was on fire. I was starting to try to pick him up in fantasy football, but in the previous year or years, he's played for the Atlanta Falcons. For some odd reason, they let him go. I just don't understand. How do you let somebody like that go? A kicker. I mean, what does the NFL see to where they just don't want a kicker? First off, like, let's let go of this kicker and let's just get another kicker who only has one job to do. So I don't know. Maybe they seen something we didn't see, or maybe the kicker position is just way more important than what people really realize, and maybe he took advantage of that. So again, he is this week's Get 'em Chopping. If anyone's seen the Monday night game versus Patriots, man, I'm talking about in the red zone, they couldn't have been on nothing but like the 10, 15-yard line or something like that. I actually had the video popped up. I'm not going to play it because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get, probably get in trouble, probably get a strike or something like that with YouTube. But again, check out the interview after the game when they actually interviewed him and asked him, like, what was the issue with that kick. He made us some kind of lame excuse saying that the ball was still kind of moving at the bottom, which it kind of was, but it was not moving that much to where he couldn't kick it. I was pretty confused on that excuse. And I truly feel like that was just a lame, pathetic excuse. You know what I'm saying? For you to be a professionals, you to be a kicker, you only have one job to do, and I get it. Because the long snapper, the ball holder, he has to maintain that ball. He has to put it, catch it, boom, set it, laces, blah, blah, blah. But I would at least kicked it. You know what I'm saying? What if that was like a fumble, or that would have caught that holder's that would have caught him off guard in my opinion. So Younghoe Koo, your name is already funny enough, bro. You got to get him chopped, man. That's just ridiculous in my opinion. Like, how do you do that? All right, so in some more updated news, as everyone knows, last week, Trayvon Morig was our Get Him Chopping of the week because he purposely punched Juwan Jennings, receiver for the 49ers. He punched him in the balls. He punched him in the groin. I'm talking fist up, boom, punched him. Crazy. Pause. People are starting to just be a little more vocal about, let's just say their personal feelings. Perfect example, man. Browns defensive tackle Shelby Harris. He actually spoke up about Juwan Jennings allegedly saying personal things with Malik Collins went down and with an injury. So that's my whole thing. Is like, say whatever you need to say, bro. But the way he that was more personal. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of going off the deep end saying, yeah, he was saying some things that men should not say to other men, or men should not say, humans should not. I was like, what? Like, it couldn't have been that vulgar to where, because he basically took it personal. He basically was saying, no, he deserves everything he got, and he lucky nobody punched him in his face sooner and blah blah blah. I'm like, wow. But again, I love that about the game. I love the fact that you can. You know what I'm saying? People are taking it serious. People do really want to, make a difference, and stand up when somebody's really talking stuff about them. You know what I'm saying? Now, why didn't he do anything? That's on him. That ain't nothing I can really answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're saying all this to these reporters. Why didn't you do anything after the game, during the game, whatever the case may be? Maybe you just never caught him in a crossfire or something like that. But I just feel like your personal feelings should not everything should just be said out loud, man, because that can be taken out of context, and we all know this. So, in my opinion, man, like I said, man, good luck to all these gentlemen. Leave your personal comments to yourself if you don't want to take it there. If you don't really take it there, you know what I'm saying? But I think he even called him a hoe, or he said something, man. I was like, wow, this is crazy. But hey, you know what I'm saying? I love how serious people are taking the game. But dang, man, this something got to give. That's a little too much, man. So that's all I got. That's all I got for that, man. On some more updated news, but hey, leave your feelings out of it, guys. You guys have been media trained, so it shouldn't be too much of this going on. Somebody has to stop it before it gets really out of hand, man. Seriously.
Hey, that's just how I feel. Yeah, that's just how I feel.
So for some reason as men, we like to pretend that things aren't happening so that we don't actually have to face them and deal with them as they're happening, whether that's in our protection, in our lives, whatever. This guy walks by this dude who's dressed like a woman. Obviously, there's some kind of mental health issue going on. Recognizes he's got an axe, and he's looking at this guy going, oh, okay, he's got an axe. He walks up to the front, still not paying attention. And the guy finally walks up to him with an axe, and he's like, hey, is that an axe? And the guy's like, yeah, it's an axe. And then gets in front of him and starts being confrontational. When you look at this from a deadly force perspective, he should have struck first. The threat. He can totally justify this police ride, but instead he doesn't pay attention. Well, this goes on for a minute. Guy finally decides that he's going to take action. The guy or girl or whatever this is at the front with the dreads isn't paying attention, isn't aware whatsoever, starts to walk out. Boom, this guy gets hit. Hands don't even come up, and then hits this person, and then hits him again and walks off. As men, we have to do that. We cannot be afraid of getting in trouble when it's time to take action. You've got to strike first if that's what's necessary right now.
True. Drop it down in the comment. What do y'all think about this, man? Taking it too far. First thing he mentioned, for one, me personally, and I am this way. I'm gonna say this. I love the memes where it shows like the husband or boyfriends are just they're more aware of the surroundings compared to the wives or girlfriends. I 100% agree with that. But for two, yes, yes, I'm not hesitating. You know what I'm saying? I do agree with him. He said that it's a man dressed as a woman. So yes, already boom right there. Mental health issues. And for three, yes, we're exchanging words. You're walking around with an axe. You're walking around with an axe, man. So I'm not talking too much. And again, this is how I know that this was not in Kansas City. No offense to anybody else, but in my opinion, I would have beat the brakes off of him. Not too much, but enough to get that weapon from him, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You gotta react and go with your gut. That's where I'm at with it. Go with your gut, man. You know that that person is sick and something is going on with that person. Do not hesitate, man. Take action before they do. This man dressed as a woman is just walked in the store with an axe. That was like a big axe too, and he struck the guy. I don't know if the guy's dead or any. I need to get some more info on this, but he struck him. So, and then he turned around and struck the white person with the dreads, for no apparent reason twice. So again, guys, go with your gut. Even women, men, women, whoever, go with your gut. If you see that there's some person walking around close to you or your family or your loved ones, man, be more aware of it. And if they're getting too close or if they're doing too much chitter chatter, man, you got to take action. You know what I'm saying? We can, whatever it's called, citizens arrest, beat the brakes off of them. You know what I'm saying? Knock them unconscious so that you can do what you got to do to get them away from your family, man. But hey, that's all I'm gonna say about this. That's tough. Drop it down in the comment what y'all think. I'm taking action. Music of the week, man. Again, the album just dropped this past Thanksgiving, 2025, man. Fig&Big, all right. Father figure, and well, he changed his name, but he used to be Boy Big. He's now Trevor. Dang it, I forgot his name now. But anyway, this album is beautiful. I said this in the other episode, man. Beautiful album, man. Now that I finally got to listen to the whole entire album, y'all know artists come out with singles and stuff like that. It's just this album is I hope so. It's really going to just impact the city. It's going to really change someone's life. I really hope it does, man, because there's just a lot. There's just a lot out here between just the negativity. We know the devil is going to do his work, but we know God is doing his work as well, man. So I appreciate both of these guys. I've been fortunate enough to meet Father Figure, but Boy Big I have not met yet. Hopefully we can get them here for an interview or something like that as well, man. But they're just trying to change the way people view themselves. They're trying to change the way people view or listen to music. You know, you can still get out here, live your life, do what you got to do, man. And then, hey, and God is always here for you. You know, he's always here for you in prayer. He's always here for you. So that's one thing I'm glad. I keep calling him Boy Big, but I'm just glad, he took, he changed his life around, for the better. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, a lot of us don't even realize that until we lose, someone very special in our lives, someone very close in our lives, man. And you kind of realize you don't really have too many people in your circle. I am very blessed to have a lot of friends, a lot of family in my circle, man. People check up on me quite often. Again, I lost my twin brother earlier this year. But this song, this is actually probably one of my, I love the whole album, but this is one of my favorite songs off the album of Fig and Big. but this song is called Negative People, man. So I just want to, I truly believe that this is like, that is how you just gonna keep moving in life. You know, either you're gonna start surrounding yourself around people who genuinely care about you and want you to do better for yourself, you know, rather that's working out or, you know, going back to school or trade school or, you know what I'm saying, help you open up, support you with opening your own business, you know, becoming an entrepreneur, whatever the case may be, man. But you know, you gotta stop surrounding yourself around the negative people who all they want to do is smoke and drink and party, and they're never moving forward. They're never just really moving up to the next levels in their lives. They're just staying in the same clubs, same bars, same job. And hey, nothing is wrong with a job, but you know what I'm saying? I know my grown folk understand exactly what I'm trying to say. So Fig&Big, man, this song is called Negative People. I'm telling y'all, man, this song really touched me because I know the impact that negative people can have in some people's lives. They're having too much fun, but they're not realizing how much life is really going by. And especially when you surround yourself around people that don't really care about you, you know, just or all they want to do is just negative things. So, man, man, rest, dude, man. I talked to my twin brother. I don't know. It's still just a shock, you know. Like I'm definitely one of those family members. I know I'm sure it's a lot of them where you're still in disbelief. You know, I'm still in disbelief that my brother is not here. My twin brother is not here, man. So, uh, you know, shout out to Playtime KC for you know, sponsoring these episodes. Shout out to my friends and family, man. They know the real ones. They know the fake ones. But me myself, I'm just glad I'm fortunate enough to where people understand where I'm at in my life. I don't have time for the games. I don't have time for any of that stuff, man. So I just want to say thank everyone, man. Rest in heaven, rest in peace. I love saying watch my six, bro, because man, Darnell always watch, you know, he always had my back since we both came out the womb. Literally. So it's just so hard to lose somebody like that, man, but this is life, man, and I want people to continue to surround themselves. They're surround yourselves around people who really want better for you. You know what I'm saying? Stop surrounding yourself around the negative people, man. All right, so I'm done chitter chatting. Fig&Big, man, negative people. All right, we'll see y'all at the next episode. I love y'all, man. I truly do. I'm trying not to get emotional. But again, man, it's been this year has been tough. Like tough. So I appreciate all the love and support, man. I really do. And on top of everything, I appreciate the prayers. All right. Negative people, y'all. All right. Have a good day. See y'all at the next episode.
See, I've been in it for a long time. Stay away from people who show fake love. Everything means so much and I ain't got the time. Lately I've been trying to dodge negative people.